What's good, y'all? It's Robo DP, man. Devontae Pearson. We back with another video, man. Check it out, bro. Hey, so basically, this is just part 2 of the same Odell, Cam Newton, Todd Gurley, Victor Cruz video. The first one was about coronavirus, and this one is about the Black Lives Matter movement and everything, everything that's going on. You feel me? So I wanted to see what they was talking about and get my reaction on it, man. So I hope y'all enjoy, man. Make sure you hit the sub button, hit the like button, kick back, get some popcorn, and let's see what they talk about, right? Let's see what they talk about. Let me go ahead, get things busting. Let me hit record. You hear me? Yeah, press play.
He'd get a whole new jersey. I mean, obviously he wasn't thinking about pandemic and things like that. That was just something his routine. But NBA has the option to, you want a brand new whole jersey by halftime? Done. You know what I'm saying? So to transition a little bit, I was excited to get y'all three here because I wanted to get y'all take on the Black Lives Matter movement. Yeah. And I think initially just talking about, how it affects you, because I was definitely affected by it. And it was later on, because obviously racism exists. We all knew it exists well before Black Lives Matter. But I think seeing our people dying in the streets and seeing our people, being brutalized by the police really just affected me in a crazy way. And I broke down. Like after George Floyd, like a week into that, I broke down and was really like, why? I couldn't understand why. So I was excited to get y'all's take on it and just to see where y'all at mentally, and then transitioning to what do you think the NFL needs to do in order to keep that the topic of conversation, even though we're playing football again? You know what I'm saying?
We gotta apply pressure as players. Like, just the whole situation. Enough is enough. But it's time for us to make sure these high-power organizations are doing something for a cause, whatever it is.
Yeah, bro. Like I saw something somewhere, and they was saying like how they was gonna let NBA players like put like messages on their jerseys, like I guess have like a BLM patch on their jersey somewhere. You feel me? Kind of like the Kobe patch, RP Kobe. You feel me? Yeah. So I don't know. I feel you though. I feel you.
Like I feel like, especially African Americans, whatever, football, basketball, baseball, like we have the platform, the opportunity, and they don't have a choice but to give us that right now because
a lot of
they
things,
owe it to it.
A lot of things have been getting exposed, and I even go back to where I'm from. Like me being from Atlanta, Georgia, by way of College Park, the only time I seen a Caucasian person was in a position of power.
Yeah.
The police officer, the teacher, the principal. You know what I'm saying? Like I went to a predominantly all-black school, and I knew black all the way up until college until I went to a Division I school. Like now, but you're in question now. It's like, well, we don't have no articulate coaches that know the game of football that's black.
Yeah,
we don't got no rich dudes that can own a team that's black. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay.
We came a long way,
now,
man.
how much of this have been, like people have been getting boycotted or blackballed behind the scenes to avoid that happening? And I think the things that makes this so impactful is it's exposing a lot, and that's all we
showing
wanted.
The world what it is.
You can't hide no more. Even the slick sneak this and that. A lot of players may have said, a lot of people may have said, like the Karens are coming out, more than ever now.
100%.
It's just like
100%.
And it's almost to say like we just want our just due, like the right. You shouldn't go off of like, okay, how he look. You know what I'm saying? Because I do believe in this premise. Just like love, hatred, racism, sexism, any type of grouping of any type of sort is taught. I'm responsible for 7 children, right?
That nigga got 7 kids? Cam Newton got, damn, okay.
So it's my job as their parent to instill in them, like, if he's
you
your
gotta
friend,
teach, you gotta teach
no
all
matter
of
what
them,
he
like,
looks like. You know
what
what I'm saying?
racism
If this
is,
is your,
bro, like,
if
that's
he's
how the
your
world
elder,
gonna be. That's
if he's
crazy.
black, white, Indian, Hispanic, you show yes sir, no sir. You know what I'm saying? But at some point in our lives, something trips, and it's just like, no, I don't mess with you. You know what I'm saying? Look how you look. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's from the upbringing, though, and that's what I was saying about as far as your morals. That's what I meant by the love and the hatred. Like, a good person is raised to be a good person, so I know.
Yeah, bro. I remember when I was little, bro. I used to, over the summers, bro, like my mama would send me to see my aunt down in Tennessee, and like they just, bro, people down in the South build different, bro. They build different. Like, obviously, like, come on, like Odell and Todd Gurley, bro, from the South. You feel me? It's like, I remember my aunt, bro. Like, she used to just embed in my head, like, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, no. Like, you had to talk a certain way around her, and if I didn't, you feel me, get popped, you feel me, upside the head, bro. So it's like, yeah, but at the same time, you got a lot of racism down there. There's a lot of racism down there, man.
Oh, to open the door for the elderly woman.
Yeah, open the doors.
No matter what they are.
Be polite to
these
your elders.
people don't have the right morals. They weren't taught it. It was instilled in them to hate. It was instilled in them to
And
see.
you know what it is? It's the conversations that they have in the car, that they're comfortable, and the kids are in the back seat, they think they're occupied, but you having those free conversations in the front seat, and your kids listening to everything.
I think the biggest thing too, cause like you said, we're from the South, so racism that's every day there. But when you see stuff in Minnesota happening, you're like, damn, this stuff happening in up north where places you wouldn't even expect this type of stuff. So it's just like it's all around.
I want to come back to you real quick on the kids, on the children's tip, because I remember I was in the room with my daughter, and we're watching the George Floyd thing happening, the protest, like right at the height of it, and I'm looking at her, and I'm like,
bro, I was in them protests, bro. Like I witnessed all of it in Chicago. I don't know about like all the other places like Minnesota and stuff, but like, bro, man. People down there was wild. It was crazy, bro. It was crazy. Still to this day, bro, I can't go to a store or you feel me? Can't go to the Walmart or Walgreens or something down the street because of what's going on, because of what happened, bro. So it's wild.
I haven't had this conversation
Still
with
affecting
you yet.
us today.
And we're watching this whole thing take place,
Iconic.
and I'm like, I gotta have this conversation. And we had the conversation from slavery all the way up with like pulling things up on Google, reading material. Like we had the conversation. And she's 8 years old, and you have 7 kids. So like, how do you tackle that either when you've had that conversation or when you plan on having it as they get older?
I'll tell you one thing, man. Children are not, they like sponges. They not dumb. You think they oblivious to, so y'all stay out of grown folk business. Like they hearing in the other room, like, mommy is mad at daddy. Daddy is mad at mommy. Like something's going on. Man, my daughter came home one time, and this was when she was enrolled into an elite, prestigious private school in Atlanta. And she came home, she was 12 at the time. She said, Daddy, I'm being taught black history by a white person. I said, whoa. I said, okay, keep talking. He was like, well, we're talking about slavery, but we didn't really talk about slavery. We mentioned Abraham Lincoln and, how he, in essence, was the president to free the slaves, but it wasn't in depth. We talked about certain issues, but it was more or less highlighting, it was like, okay, you watch that movie where it's like, what's in this room right here? Yeah, don't worry about this room. But let's keep going on down here. It's, because if you really want to tap into it, you have a due diligence as not only black and white, but all people to understand where this country has came from 400, 500 years off the backs of people of color, you know what I'm saying, to really understand. And I think when people understand why people are angry, and I think for me, seeing CNN, NBC, ABC just rampantly talk about black killings. It's like you ain't never seen no white person or a person of privilege, be confronted in this type of situation. And when you do have a situation where a Trayvon Martin happens, and then you see the results of it happen, it makes people angry. Because, all right, in our lane, you know, and I'm not gonna go into depth of who I know and how I know them, but we do have close people that's in our lives that may not make the right decisions of how they make money, right? But when they get kind of caught up in the web of, okay, you get banged up, now you got a court date, and you get slammed with 25 years, and you got a pedophile who take 5 years and then, you know what I'm saying? It's like, hold on, what's really going on?
Exactly.
Okay, the only reason why he was forced to do that, and I'm not, listen to me when I tell you, I'm not saying do bad or illegal things, but I am saying when you're a convicted felon off of, in our society as black men, people getting felony charges on their record for the rest of their lives at the age of 15.
Young as
They
hell.
don't even know themselves yet.
And that goes back to like guys that are incarcerated right now for marijuana and things like
Weed
that.
and
Like
weed,
marijuana
weed
is one step away from legal. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, it's legal.
The main thing that pisses me off is like
I got
when
homies,
these
bro.
killings do happen.
Bro, I got homies right now, bro, who fighting weed cases, and it's legal in the states that they in, bro. Come on, bro. Like, and they trying to hit them with years, bro. Like,
The privileged people want to go back. Well, he had a record. He did. It doesn't matter. He should have never been killed.
And that's what makes you angry because, okay, let's just call it what it is. If what they did, if you take the badge off, if you take the gun off of if you take everything off that doesn't say he's a police officer, and you put him in civilian clothes, and he's a regular person, and he does what he does.
he going to jail.
Well, that was the biggest thing about Trayvon Martin. That's what like really hit home for everyone. It was just like
Kid ain't do nothing, man.
he wasn't even a police officer. That really hit home for everyone.
Exactly. Obviously, the three of you are, obviously everyone knows who you guys are. You guys have had tremendous success in the NFL. And I don't know if you guys have even thought this far yet or leading up to going back into your respective teams, new teams for two of you. Is there a plan in place that you guys have set to put pressure on not just the NFL, but on your teams to pay attention to police brutality, to pay attention to Black Lives Matter movement? Like, what are you guys thinking about that you can do individually to keep pressure on the teams to say, hey, this is still a thing? You know what I'm saying?
I
Still
think for
going
me,
on in our
first off,
society.
like I'm going into a whole nother situation where I don't know. And it's so much that, you know, I feel like you walking into, you know, the new school with all these books, I'm just gonna take one sheet out. My biggest issue in America right now is inequality. Like if you're right for this job, you need to get that job. If you're right for this position, you need to get that position.
No matter what.
No matter.
what race.
I don't care what it is. You are owed that as a human. You know what I'm
As a
saying?
person,
And I think that's
If you
the
earned it, you
part
should get
that
it.
makes me angry because you got people who have to provide for their families. And yeah, police brutality is a absurd, disgusting, distasteful issue that just happens and people just kind of turn their head, and it's people that still haven't recognized the issue of police brutality. But at the same time, for me, it hit home for me where I was like, bro, it's inequality, you know, and especially in our sport, you see 32 teams. Okay, we got five coaches that are
Head coach is a little black.
that may not be black but have some type of ethnicity. And it's not even that. It's okay, what about other roles of influence? What about OCs? What about defensive coordinators?
Well, that's the biggest thing is that, okay, there aren't any or as many black head coaches. The ratio of black to white head coaches is extremely lopsided. But it's because a lot of the black coaches aren't getting the OC jobs and DC jobs, which lead to head coaching jobs. We know that. How many teams we've been a part of?
You're not getting that
we've seen the
opportunity.
OC,
Okay.
even the quarterbacks coach.
Most of the black coaches are running backs, receivers.
Yes. Yo, I never forget my third year in the league. I asked my receiver coach. I was like, "Yo, why is every running back coach in the league black?" And he was like, I think you answered your own question. And I was like, yep, I'm gonna keep on going. I think the three of you are in this completely unique circumstances, but still with something to prove, right? You're coming off a year which obviously wasn't your best year to your standards, and coming off injury, surgery, Todd going to a new team after facing some injury and wanting to prove yourself again, Cam obviously wanting to prove yourself again in New England. And I want to kind of talk about your mindsets. Like, what's your mindset going into this year?
Let me stop there, bro. So, I think they going into talking about the season, stuff like that, bro. But, like, man, I don't know. I really didn't want to talk too much about everything that's going on in the news right now, you feel me? I try to keep my channel positive, you feel me, on a positive tip. But, let me know what y'all think, bro, in the comments, man. Let me know what it is that you feel should be done in the NFL when it comes to Black Lives. You feel me? Black Lives Matter movement. Appreciate y'all for watching, man. Always remember to stay blessed, man, and be humble, man. Salute.